I want to clear up this misconception about um Cooper believing in aliens. I'll start from the very beginning. I well let's first of all let's put I'm putting this into perspective for people who are new here or people who are still being told that Cooper was part of the ufology movement or whatever, and like he was, promoting aliens and all of this stuff. The um beginning of the story, well, where I'm gonna start at is that Bill Cooper's like had a long line of family members who were in the military, and he said when he was a kid and stuff, um, he would pilots and stuff would come to his father's house or something like that, and then they would start talking about these crafts and things that they saw. And he said that they would only talk about it after they had a couple of drinks, and that's the only time that they would ever talk about it. So, I mean, that's the first seed planted in his mind. I mean, this wasn't intentional, but at least I don't think from them, because I'm pretty sure they didn't know that he was going to be as big of a threat to the New World Order as he ended up being, as while he was a child. So he that was the first thing he was talking, or where I'm gonna start at from what he heard. And then of course he went into the service because all his family was in the service and everything like that. Now he did come across these top secret documents that you will, in some of the videos, you'll basically hear him telling you that he believes in aliens and that he believes that they are working with the government and that they truly exist. He's openly said that in videos. That's why it's a lot confusion, because you'll see people will listen to some of those videos, but they don't understand that Cooper wasn't like everybody else, who can't admit that they're wrong when they are. And once he found out that these top secret documents were basically, or possibly, well, first he was saying, even when he was saying that he believed in aliens, this is something a lot of people don't understand either. Even when he was saying that he fully heartedly believed in aliens, he always said, but there is a possibility that all of this is a psych op. So when he found out otherwise, and that he found out there was no shred of evidence that the government or anybody else has really contacted or seen or have any solid, tangible evidence of ETs. Once he figured that out, he apologized for telling everybody what he told everybody about the aliens. He said, I truly and humbly apologize, because he said, I truly, once upon a time, I'm paraphrasing here, I truly believed that there was aliens, but I've since come to understand more, or understand, whatever he can understand. And he said, I was wrong, and I deeply and humbly apologize. See, a lot of people, they don't know about that, about somebody being truthful, because he didn't want to give out, um, just like me not wanting to give out fake information or pass it along because everybody else pass it along. Cause I know that's going to end up it might influence somebody's mind to believe in something that's not true. So I don't pass those kind of things off, and he didn't either. So when he found out he was wrong, he had to apologize for passing them things out. And what he was saying is that he couldn't believe that his own government had used him, because he said that, yeah, he saw all of these things in these top secret documents while he was in naval intelligence, but he believed that, well, first of all, he admitted, and anybody would believe this. Sorry, that was a post from Facebook. um he said, dang, where was I at? And darn Facebook notification on, threw my whole darn train of thought off. Hate when that happens. um Once he came to, where was I at? Once he came to realize, oh yeah, so he said, which is so believable. I mean, anybody, if you can't see how this makes total sense, I don't know what's wrong with you. But he said, who would not believe top secret official government documents saying that ETs exist? Who wouldn't believe that? And so he came to this conclusion that all of these things were given to him, and he was being able to see all of these things. And they just left these like around and stuff, or however they did it, where he got his hands on them. They wanted him to get those documents. And he came to say later that he believes that it was on purpose because they wanted him, because he's an influential speaker, not just him, other people, to go out to the public and spread this whole alien propaganda stuff. But then when he found out that's what it was really being used for, which he believes is to usher in a new world order, because they're going to act like it's some kind of threat from outer space, which will have to make the human species come together as one, because that's the only way we'll be able to fight them and survive. He said that's basically why they did that. And then in Majesty 12, which was written, I believe, in 1991, he talks about how they put it out. I know you heard me say this already, but again, it's for the people who don't know the story. He said that they were going to put all of this stuff in movies, news, magazines, all of this stuff to implement in the mind of the public that, that this could be true, or it basically predictive programming, I guess you can call it, a form of brainwashing, psych out. There's a lot of things that you can call it. He called it sophisticated mind control. He said about a couple things, but because it's really sophisticated. How they can fool all these people. Which I'm not saying these people, well, actually, yeah, I think people are dumb for believing anything, and allowing themselves to get to be fooled and just passing off things that they don't know about. Like, I don't blame anything but the person when it comes to stuff like that, because you're responsible for what you can go figure out, and what you're sitting here believing other people instead of going to read and do all that stuff. I mean, I just don't understand why it's so hard for people to go out and figure things out on their own, and like they really don't want to do it. It's like really that hard, so they just say what everybody else says, or they say what they already believed in and heard somebody else say, and then they just join along with that because that's what they believe was true, and somebody else was saying it. So then by the end of all of this stuff, he said that he couldn't believe that he was being used because he served his government so he just about most of his life, and that's really another reason why he got out of the military, because he started seeing it go in a different way. And he even talked about it on the broadcast and how they're training them a different way to I can't really exactly remember what he said, but I remember him saying that they're training them a new way now, and it's not for good. It's not for the good. So that basically is his story, that whole alien story, because there's some people who are still asking me about it. And in his last interview, and people say this was his last prediction and all this stuff. Whether it is, whether it isn't, that's not the case here. He basically said he knew for 100% that there was no single shred of ET existence on the face of this earth, and there never has been. And everything that they say that is it, and all these people that they say is some kind of proof in the ufology movement, they're all shills and they're all liars. And in Majesty 12, he talks about every single one of them, talks about the symbology of NASA and the symbology of, everything that is going along with this whole alien propaganda agenda. And I shared Alien Agenda Remastered because the people who think they know so much about ETs and everything, they don't understand the alien agenda. And even when they do go hear the alien agenda, it's an hour long. I think the remastered one that I shared, it's only like 20 or 30 something minutes long, because sometimes Cooper talks a lot and you don't get into the episode to the end. So I'm pretty sure that's what the person shorted it up, shorted the broadcast so you can get right to the point and not hear anything else in between. I shared that on the timeline for you guys to see. But once even these people think they know so much about ETs, they don't know anything about symbology. They don't know anything about these pagan people and these sun worshipers and all this stuff. They don't know anything like that. So if you listen to the beginning of Alien Agenda, he's going to be talking about a lot of esoteric meanings and a lot of things that a lot of people are not going to get, and it's going to go over their head because they don't understand the connection of everything. They think what he's saying is pointless and it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but it has something to do with everything. And I have no problem with somebody believing in aliens or whatever they want to do, but I have a problem when somebody comes here and tries to say all of these things are not true. I mean, all of these things are true, and then they just don't provide any proof. And we're not even going to go down that road anymore because I think you know my stance on people who speak when they don't know what they're talking about. I really believe it should be illegal. People, again, if you ask me, people who don't know what they're talking about do not deserve to even have opinions. But I have to let them have their opinion, of course. I have to let all you have your beliefs or whatever, but I'm telling you what I know and what I believe. I'm not saying I'm 100% right on everything, but, like I said, you can believe what you want. This is something else before I end this that I want to say. People don't understand that time reveals all things and that time catches up to them. Like when they lie on somebody 24/7, like a good person, somebody trying to be a good person and tell the truth, and then, they all want to lie on them. They don't understand that their track record builds up. I spoke about this before. And that's why I don't care. I mean, I do care about, another thing I want to break down to you guys. I'm not wasting my time when I am shutting down the lies of people who just say things. Because when these people just say things, it gets into the mind of these other people who want to be truthers or be a part of the truth movement, the fake truth movement, the fake new age truth movement, and all this other stuff. They're mentally handicapping these people, telling them what to believe, telling them all this stuff, and I'm not having that. Yes, I will. So I'm not wasting time. I'm saving time so these fools can know that they don't belong here and we're not in the same circle and we're not talking about the same things. And if there is whatever a truth movement, I happen to be a part of it, we're not a part of the same truth movement. So it's not wasting my time. It's setting them straight and letting everybody else, because people will come and read a comment and then they'll go look into what this person is saying and they end up believing it because they got the little man God philosophies and all the other stuff that's going to make them believe it. With big words and science and everything else. And if I let that comment just stay there and I don't correct that person, or I don't get on here and give you talks and tell you about these people and what they're doing and their tactics and how they act, then whoever reads that comment or listens to the bullcrap that comes out of these people's mouths are going to believe that bullcrap. And then they are going to spread it to somebody else. It's like CV. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy laugh. So that's the story, that he came to believe that, it's not true. And I know some of you guys don't want to hear that, but I can't. There's no people telling you what you want to hear your whole life is also a handicap. I wouldn't lie. Or I don't lie about anything. Let's put it like that. So, but yeah, I'm just saying, people walking you around telling you what you want to hear all your life, you're going to be so far behind, it's not going to matter because you're just already going to think that you're right about every single thing when you're not. And then if you go off and spread it to somebody else, it's just contagious. And it's not good for somebody like that who doesn't know what they're talking about to keep spreading rumors and keep spreading lies and whatever, and not providing any information or any proof or anything like that. They don't have any logical thinking. Their tactics are ridiculous to prove their points. Do you not see now how silly they are and how silly they look? Well, keep watching because we're about to break into the Mystery Babylon series. Or no, hold up, wait a minute. I think I'm gonna upload the Mystery Babylon series and then post this video, even though I'm making it before the Mystery Babylon series. So, but I'm about to kick it off after this video. Basically, I just posted the Donald Mann thing, and then I also posted an alien thing, another video from the original Cooper channel of him talking about aliens, and it says, "Please understand this." And I'm gonna post both of these videos because I've already kicked off the Mystery Babylon series. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna upload both of these before I kick off the Mystery Babylon series because I'm not on. I'm only on basically the what do you call it? The opening. I haven't started at the first Mystery Babylon broadcast. So this little intervention with the whole alien thing, and then this my take right here. I'm gonna go ahead and upload before we jump into the Mystery Babylon series. If I do it tonight, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start because there's no use in not. I might as well. I know Lucifer worship. I have to skip that. I'll just put a link to that because I re-uploaded that video on the original channel and they took it down and said something about terms and policies. So I just add a link to another one that's already on YouTube somehow, same one, but it don't violate any terms and policies. It's actually on the same channel, but whatever. Um, it's just this is a ridiculous. Like they're pathetic with their 1984 censorship now, man. They gotta be really scared. You're messing with a rinky-dink conspiracy theorist, and you're shaking in your boots, trying to stop all these channels and stop, and then you just piss me off. Make another one, do more, go to another platform. It's just, I love it. It's like V from Vendetta when you're doing all this stuff, and then they try to shut him off, and then he used his own thing against them. Now they're running wild. They were running wild like chickens with their heads cut off, trying to find him while he was doing a speech, which also was a speech that reminds me of Bill Cooper because of what he says in it, and the date of it. Or the date that he talks about at the end of it, or in the middle of the speech, or beginning, I don't know. He talks about November 5th. The 5th of November, remember. Or something like gun plot. Something about treason and gunshot or something like that. And that's all. I was like, that's crazy. Because that really reminded me of Cooper. That's why I use that speech sometimes. I used it before. It's on his channel somewhere connected to a Cooper clip before that speech goes in. Before it goes into V's speech, I have like a little clip. I think I'm going to upload that too, matter of fact, before we go. I'll upload those 3 videos, and then we'll kick off the Mystery Babylon series. If not tonight, then in the morning. But I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, and I'm going to do that, and now you guys know. So, I just want to clear up all the misconceptions. But again, these things can easily be searched out. You can go look at all the playlists on the channel, or you can just go search, do your own independent research, and you can come to all these conclusions yourself. Or maybe you might come to different conclusions. You don't have to come to the same conclusions that I come to, but you have to be willing to go out and listen to things that you don't like, or listen to things that you don't believe are true, or and listen to other things that other people are telling you not to listen to, because if you don't, I'm trying to tell you, you're going to handicap yourself in your search for truth. And I'm just fed up and sick and tired of all the lies. So now, from now on, it's just going to be straightforward, straight talk, real talk, because I'm not plastic. I can't be plastic. I refuse to be plastic. Fake. So, after you get done hearing this little my take, the next broadcast after this, we're going to kick off the Mystery Babylon series from 1.